The hockey world thought it had already crowned its next superstar. Connor Bedard was dominating headlines and loudly taking over. Then, 1 year later, another teenager arrived. Quietly. The spotlight barely moved. He wasn't the generational prodigy. He was the guy after the guy. And then he did something only 2 teenagers had ever done before. He scored 50 points in 34 games. Now, he's a name the hockey world cannot ignore. His name is Macklin Celebrini. Before ever donning an NHL sweater, Macklin Celebrini put together one of the most dominant draft year seasons in college hockey history, and he did it as a freshman. During the 2023-24 season at Boston University, he absolutely ran the league, scoring 64 points in 38 games, with 32 goals and 32 assists. Then came the awards. At just 17 years old, Celebrini became the youngest player ever to win the Hobey Baker Award, college hockey's top honor. Oh, and he didn't stop there. He also took home the Tim Taylor Award as the NCAA's Rookie of the Year. In Hockey East, Celebrini achieved something almost unheard of. Player of the Year and Rookie of the Year in the same season. Only 3 players had ever done that before him. Players the likes of Jack Eichel, Paul Kariya, and Brian Leetch. That's not a list you just joined by accident. At this point, no one was questioning if Celebrini was NHL ready. Celebrini was drafted first overall in the 2024 NHL Draft by the San Jose Sharks, joining them that very season. Before anyone could talk about superstardom, he had to prove he belonged in the NHL. And in his rookie season, he did exactly that, exploding right out of the gate. In his NHL debut, he scored 2 points. His goal, coming just 7 minutes into the game, was the second fastest goal ever by a #1 pick, behind only Penguins great Mario Lemieux. He stepped into the NHL as a teenager and showed he could handle the pace, the physicality, and the responsibility that came with meaningful minutes. By the end of his rookie season, he was a Calder Trophy finalist, and at this point, there was little debate about whether or not he belonged. The question wasn't if he could play at this level, it was how high could he climb. That answer came quickly in his second NHL season. Celebrini opened the year with 15 points in his first 9 games. Elite production right out of the gate. If there was any single moment that announced Celebrini's arrival, it came against the New York Rangers on October 23rd, 2025. At just 19 years old, Celebrini put together a hat trick and 2 assists for his second 5-point game in 2025. Celebrini became just the 4th teenager ever to record multiple 5-point games in the NHL, joining the likes of NHL legends Wayne Gretzky, Dale Hawerchuk, and Brian Trottier. And then came the moment the entire NHL couldn't ignore. Celebrini hit 50 points in just 34 games, becoming only the 3rd teenager in NHL history to do it, behind Wayne Gretzky and Sidney Crosby. Absolutely insane company to join. At this point, the discussion shifted from promising young player to NHL superstar. For the last 2 seasons, the San Jose Sharks finished dead last in the NHL. This season, they're within arm's reach of a playoff wildcard spot. That kind of turnaround doesn't just happen by accident. Macklin Celebrini is at the center of it. Pun intended. Right now, Macklin Celebrini has 55 points in just 37 games, tied for 3rd in the entire NHL with Leon Draisaitl, doing it at just 19 years old on a team that finished last in the league 2 seasons in a row. Even more telling, he's been directly involved in over half of all Sharks goals this season, scoring or assisting on more than 50% of the team's offense. Take Celebrini out of the lineup, and there's no scenario where this team is even in the conversation. No chance. He didn't just improve the Sharks, he's accelerated the rebuild. In the end, Macklin Celebrini didn't steal the spotlight overnight. He earned it, shift by shift, season by season. Rookie year, proof of concept. Sophomore year, full out ignition. And now, there's no shadow left to stand in. The future of the NHL isn't coming, it's already here, and it's wearing teal. His name is Macklin Celebrini.